In a world full of chaos, distractions, and uncertainty, it can be hard to keep our cool. That's where Stoicism comes in. It's a practical philosophy that's been helping people stay grounded for centuries, from ancient philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca to modern-day thinkers. In this video, we'll be exploring 10 powerful lessons from Stoicism that can help you stay calm, focused, and resilient, no matter what life throws your way. So whether you're dealing with stress, frustration, or just want to live more intentionally, these insights will give you tools to master your mind and emotions. Let's get started. Number 1. Embrace what you can control. Life can feel overwhelming, can't it? The world around us is full of uncertainties, events we can't predict, and outcomes we can't control. It's easy to get lost in the chaos. But what if I told you there's power in accepting that not everything is in your hands? What if the key to peace lies in focusing only on what you can control? We often stress over things that are completely out of our hands, other people's opinions, the weather, or global events. Worrying about these things only drains your energy. But here's the truth: no matter how much you think about them, you can't change them. It's time to stop letting these external factors control your life. Shift your focus inward. What can you control? Your thoughts, your actions, your reactions, the small daily decisions that build the foundation of your life. Your thoughts, your actions, your attitude. When you focus on the things you can influence, like your mindset, your habits, and how you treat others, you begin to see real change. You take back your power. Letting go of things beyond your control isn't giving up. It's freeing yourself. It opens the door to peace, mental clarity, and the ability to make better decisions. When you stop worrying about what's outside of your reach, you free up energy to do your best with what's within your grasp. Practical steps to embrace control. Practice mindfulness. Stay present and grounded in the moment. Identify what you can control. Make a list of things you can directly impact today. Release what you can't. Remind yourself that worrying about the uncontrollable doesn't help. Set healthy boundaries. Protect your mental space from unnecessary stress. Take small action daily. Every step forward counts. These simple practices can transform your mindset and give you the peace you need to thrive. So, let go of what's beyond your reach and embrace the power you have over your thoughts, your actions, and your life. Remember, the world may be unpredictable, but you have control over how you respond to it. If this message resonates with you, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, you are in control. Number 2. Accept fate. Amor fati. Life is full of unexpected events, good and bad, joyful and painful. What if I told you that the secret to peace, strength, and even happiness lies not in fighting these events, but in embracing them? This is the idea behind amor fati. Amor fati, which translates to love of fate, is a concept rooted in Stoic philosophy. It's more than just accepting what happens. It's about loving everything that life throws at you, not just the good moments, but the challenges and setbacks as well. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, a key figure in Stoicism, often wrote about this concept in his meditations. He believed that every event in our lives, no matter how painful, was part of a greater design, and if we could learn to welcome fate instead of resisting it, we would achieve a deeper sense of inner peace. But why should we accept or even love our fate? Isn't it natural to resist misfortune or disappointment? Here's the truth. We don't control most of what happens in life. We can't always avoid hardship, loss, or struggle. What we can control is how we respond to these events. Amor fati is about realizing that even when life doesn't go as planned, every moment is an opportunity for growth. Every obstacle is a stepping stone. Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher, also embraced amor fati. He said, "My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati. That one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity." He saw it as the ultimate form of strength, to live fully in the present, without regret for the past or fear of the future. Reframe challenges as opportunities. When something goes wrong, don't immediately label it as bad. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? Let go of what you can't control. The Stoics teach us to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Everything else, whether it's someone else's behavior or the outcome of a situation, isn't worth our energy. Third, practice gratitude, even for the hard times. It may sound counterintuitive, but being thankful for life's challenges can shift your mindset from resistance to acceptance. You become more resilient, more at peace. In a world that constantly pressures us to chase happiness, avoid discomfort, and control everything, amor fati is a reminder of an ancient truth. We can't control fate, but we can control our attitude toward it. When we learn to love our fate, we discover that everything, even the struggles, is part of our unique journey. It's not about surrendering, it's about finding meaning in every moment and embracing the full spectrum of life. Number 3. Practice negative visualization. Have you ever found yourself caught in the cycle of chasing happiness only to feel like it's slipping further away? What if the key to feeling more content and at peace is hidden in an ancient practice of imagining loss? This is the Stoic technique known as negative visualization. It might sound counterintuitive at first. Why would anyone want to imagine things going wrong? But stick with me, and you'll understand how it can actually make your life richer and more resilient. Negative visualization is a mental exercise that comes from Stoicism, a philosophy practiced by ancient thinkers like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus. In essence, it involves taking a moment to vividly picture losing something you deeply value, whether it's a loved one, your health, or even a job you enjoy. Imagine this. What if tomorrow you woke up and you could no longer do the things you love? How would you feel? By practicing negative visualization, you create space to appreciate what you have right now. Instead of constantly craving more, you begin to feel grateful for what already exists in your life. Let's try it. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture a day where something you love is no longer part of your life. Maybe your morning coffee ritual, the time spent with your best friend, or even the freedom to walk in the park. Let that image sink in. Now come back to the present moment and reflect on how fortunate you are to still have these things. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, believed that by mentally preparing for loss, we diminish its impact on us if it ever does occur. Negative visualization isn't about pessimism, it's about emotional preparation. This practice doesn't just make you more resilient, it also cultivates deep gratitude. Imagine waking up each morning already feeling grateful for things that many of us take for granted, like the ability to breathe, the people around us, and the simple comforts of life. Now you might wonder, why practice something that makes you focus on negative outcomes? Well, it's because most of us live in constant anticipation of what's next, striving for something we think will make us happy. Negative visualization breaks that cycle. It's not about dwelling on fears, but about appreciating the present. It teaches us that happiness doesn't come from avoiding discomfort or imagining perfect scenarios. It comes from realizing how fragile and precious everything already is. To sum it up, here's why negative visualization can change your mindset. It prepares you for life's inevitable losses, making you more emotionally resilient. It fosters deep gratitude for what you currently have. It helps break the constant cycle of wanting more and reminds you to cherish the present. Number 4. Live in accordance with nature. Do you ever feel disconnected from life? Like you're constantly rushing from one thing to the next, missing the present moment? What if the answer to feeling more grounded and at peace is simpler than you think? What if it's already all around us? So what does it mean to live in accordance with nature? It's an ancient idea rooted in philosophies like Stoicism and Taoism, and it simply means aligning your life with the natural world, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. In today's fast-paced, technology-driven world, many of us are out of sync with the natural rhythms of life. But when we start paying attention to how nature works, we learn powerful lessons about balance, simplicity, and resilience. Look at the cycles in nature, the sunrise and sunset, the changing seasons, or the way ecosystems thrive in balance. Nature moves at its own pace. It doesn't rush, but it accomplishes everything. When we align with these rhythms, we become more in tune with ourselves and the world around us. Stress, anxiety, and burnout often come from going against these natural rhythms, pushing ourselves too hard, or living in constant distraction. By simplifying our routines, honoring rest, and being present, we can reclaim our sense of peace. Here are a few practical tips. Spend time in nature daily. Even if it's just a few minutes, being outside helps reset your mind and body. It can reduce stress, improve mood, and restore your focus. Eat seasonally. Nature provides what we need at the right time. Eating. Seasonal, locally grown foods not only supports the environment, but also nourishes our bodies in harmony with the Earth's cycles. Follow natural rhythms. Try to align your sleep and daily activities with natural light patterns. For example, waking with the sunrise and winding down when it sets. Minimalism in harmony with nature. Simplify your life and reduce excess. Just as nature doesn't waste resources, we can live with less and focus on what truly matters, creating space for more joy and connection. Living in accordance with nature isn't just about the outside world, it's also about the inside. Practicing mindfulness and gratitude for the natural beauty around us can help cultivate inner peace. Take time to observe nature's quiet strength. Like trees that bend in the wind, we too can learn to be resilient, flexible, and patient with life's challenges. When we feel overwhelmed, sometimes the answer is to slow down and reconnect with the simple wisdom that nature offers. In the end, living in accordance with nature isn't about making dramatic changes to your life. It's about small, conscious shifts, listening to the rhythms around you and inside you. Nature has been here for millions of years, and it has much to teach us. We just need to pause and pay attention. Number 5. Understand impermanence. Life is constantly changing. Every moment is fleeting, never to return in the same way. This is the essence of impermanence. Impermanence, simply put, is the idea that everything in life is temporary. Our emotions, experiences, relationships, and even the material world, all of it is constantly changing. Nothing remains fixed forever. This idea isn't just philosophical, we see it every day. Think about how our moods shift, how seasons change, or how even the most solid-looking structures eventually wear down over time. Understanding impermanence isn't about becoming sad or hopeless. In fact, it's the opposite. It's a reminder that difficult times won't last forever, and neither will moments of joy. This realization can help us live in the present and appreciate what we have right now. When we truly grasp the impermanence of life, we start to become less attached to things that don't matter and focus more on what does, like our personal growth, relationships, and meaningful experiences. Let me give you 3 practical tips. A. Practice mindfulness. By staying present and aware of each moment, you can fully experience life as it unfolds without clinging to expectations or worrying about the past or future. B. Let go of attachment. Whether it's a material object, a grudge, or even a belief, remind yourself that nothing is permanent. Holding on too tightly can cause unnecessary suffering. C. Embrace change. Instead of fearing it, learn to see change as a natural and necessary part of life. With every ending comes a new beginning. Many ancient teachings from Buddhism to Stoicism emphasize the importance of accepting impermanence. The Buddha taught that suffering arises when we cling to things that are transient. By accepting the ever-changing nature of life, we can find inner peace. Impermanence is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It reminds us to live fully, love deeply, and let go when it's time. Life is precious because it's fleeting. Remember, everything flows and everything changes. Number 6. Self-reflection. Examine yourself. How often do you take the time to examine yourself? To really look at your thoughts, your actions, your habits, and the direction you're heading in? If not often, you're not alone. But by the end of this video, you'll understand why it's so important and how it can lead to a more fulfilling life. Let's jump right in. Self-reflection is the process of examining your thoughts, feelings, and actions. It's an intentional pause, a time where you look inward to better understand your motivations, behaviors, and emotions. Think of it like holding up a mirror, not to judge yourself, but to better understand who you are and how you're evolving. Self-reflection is essential for personal growth and self-awareness. Why should you care about self-reflection? Well, it helps in 3 major ways. Self-awareness. By understanding yourself better, you can align your actions with your values. Emotional intelligence. Reflecting on your feelings helps you manage emotions and reactions in tough situations. Personal growth. Reflection allows you to see what's working in your life and what's not, helping you make better decisions moving forward. How do you actually start reflecting on yourself? Here are a few simple practices you can adopt. Journaling. Writing down your thoughts and feelings daily or weekly can help you track patterns in your behavior and emotions. Meditation. Taking a few minutes each day to sit in silence allows you to tune in to your inner self. Asking questions. Regularly ask yourself deep, introspective questions like, am I happy with where I'm going? What can I do better? And what did I learn today? Seek feedback. Sometimes others see what we can't. Don't be afraid to ask for feedback from those you trust to gain additional insight into your actions. Here are some powerful questions you can ask yourself to kickstart your self-reflection process. What are my core values, and am I living in alignment with them? What have been my biggest successes, and how did I achieve them? What areas of my life need improvement? What am I avoiding and why? What habits or patterns no longer serve me? Asking yourself questions like these helps you dig deeper and really examine your life. Regular self-reflection brings incredible benefits. It leads to greater self-confidence, improved decision-making, and overall better mental health. The more you reflect, the better you become at adapting and evolving. Self-reflection is a gift that keeps on giving, but it requires consistency. So, take a moment today to reflect on your journey And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content on personal growth, and leave a comment below on how you practice self-reflection. I'd love to hear from you. Remember, your growth begins the moment you start reflecting. Number 7. Practice virtue. Virtue is more than just being good or following the rules. It's about cultivating positive habits and traits like kindness, honesty, patience, and courage. It's what makes us not just good people, but the best versions of ourselves. Practicing virtue isn't just about feeling good. It has real, tangible benefits. It improves our relationships, builds trust, and even boosts our mental health. When we make the choice to live virtuously, we're creating a ripple effect that impacts the people around us. Here are 5 practical ways to get started. Practice gratitude. Start your day by reflecting on what you're grateful for. Gratitude is a powerful virtue that helps shift our focus away from negativity. Show kindness. Even the smallest acts of kindness, like holding the door for someone or complimenting a friend, can make a big difference. Be honest with yourself and others. Honesty is a foundational virtue. Whether it's admitting a mistake or being truthful about your feelings, honesty builds trust and integrity. Exercise patience. In a world that moves fast, patience is becoming a rare virtue. Take a deep breath, slow down, and give yourself and others the time they need. Seek courage in challenges. Courage isn't just about big heroic acts. It's about doing the right thing even when it's difficult, whether it's standing up for what you believe or simply stepping out of your comfort zone. Throughout history, people like Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, and Nelson Mandela showed us the impact of living virtuously. But you don't have to be famous to practice virtue. It can start with small, everyday actions. Now, it's your turn. Think about the virtues that resonate most with you. How can you practice them today? Remember, living a life of virtue isn't about being perfect. It's about growing and improving, one step at a time. Number 8. Remember the transience of life. Memento mori, the reminder of life's transience. Or simply put, remember you must die. It might sound dark at first, but I promise there's so much more to this. In fact, it's a philosophy that can lead to a richer, more meaningful life. So, what exactly is memento mori? It's a Latin phrase that means, remember that you will die. Historically, it's been represented in art, literature, and philosophy for millennia as a reminder of mortality. Ancient Romans would say it to each other. In the Middle Ages, skulls and bones became symbols in European art and architecture to remind people that life is fleeting. Whether it's the ticking of a clock, the falling of autumn leaves, or the fading light of a sunset, memento mori reminds us of the inevitability of death. Now, you might be wondering, why would anyone want to remind themselves that they're going to die? That sounds pretty depressing, right? But here's the thing, memento mori isn't meant to create fear. Instead, it's a powerful tool to bring us back to the present, to live more purposefully. By remembering our mortality, we learn to appreciate life's beauty. We begin to focus on what really matters: love, relationships, personal growth, and the legacy we leave behind. In short, death isn't the enemy. It's a motivator for living well. This concept isn't limited to just one culture. Across the world, many traditions embrace memento mori in their own way. In Mexico, there's the Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, a celebration where families honor and remember their loved ones who have passed. Far from being a somber occasion, it's colorful, joyful, and full of life. It's about celebrating the cycle of life and death. In Buddhist teachings, impermanence is a key principle. Life is transient, always changing, and death is simply a natural part of the cycle. And of course, in Stoic philosophy, memento mori is at its core. The Stoics believed that by keeping our mortality in mind, we can avoid trivial distractions and focus on virtue, wisdom, and what we can control. How can memento mori positively impact your life today? Here are a few practical ways to bring this philosophy into your daily routine. Practical ways to use memento mori. Reflect daily. Spend a few minutes each day contemplating the idea of impermanence. This doesn't have to be morbid, but rather a time to check in with yourself and refocus on what's truly important. Visual reminders. Many people keep visual cues around, like a small skull on their desk or an hourglass, to remind them to stay present and grounded. Gratitude. When you remember that life is short, you tend to appreciate the little things more. Try listing 3 things you're grateful for each day. Life is unpredictable, and none of us know how much time we really have. But instead of seeing this as a source of anxiety, memento mori invites us to see it as an opportunity. An opportunity to live with intention, to love fiercely, and to embrace every moment. Number 9. Reframe your perception. It's all in how you see things. Let's talk about what perception really is. It's the lens through which we view the world, shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and emotions. But here's the catch. Our perception can limit us. What if I told you that by changing how you perceive situations, you can change your entire experience? Reframing is the process of changing your perspective on a situation. Instead of viewing a setback as a failure, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. For example, if you didn't get a job you applied for, instead of feeling defeated, consider what skills you can improve or what new opportunities might arise. Let's get into some practical techniques you can use to reframe your perception. Challenge negative thoughts. When a negative thought pops up, ask yourself, is this thought based on facts or feelings? Practice gratitude. Start a gratitude journal. Focusing on what you're thankful for can shift your mindset. Visualize success. Imagine the best possible outcome for a situation. This can create a more positive mindset. Seek different perspectives. Talk to friends or mentors about their experiences. Sometimes an outside perspective can shine a light on your own blind spots. Let's look at some real-life examples of reframing in action. Briefly share inspiring stories or case studies of individuals who transformed their lives by changing their perspectives. Now it's your turn. Think of a situation in your life that could use some reframing. Share it in the comments below, and let's support each other in changing our perspectives. Number 10. Practice detachment. So, what exactly is detachment? It's the ability to separate yourself emotionally from situations, outcomes, and even people. This doesn't mean you don't care. Rather, it allows you to respond to life with clarity and calmness. Detachment is about finding balance. It helps us let go of unhealthy attachments and reduces anxiety. Let's explore how you can practice detachment in your daily life. Why is detachment important? Reduces stress. When we're overly attached to outcomes, we often experience stress and disappointment. Practicing detachment helps us navigate life's ups and downs with grace. Second, promotes mindfulness. Detachment encourages us to live in the present moment. Instead of worrying about what could happen, we can focus on what is happening now. Here are some practical ways to incorporate detachment into your life. Mindfulness meditation. Start a daily mindfulness practice. Spend a few minutes observing your thoughts without judgment. Set intentions, not attachments. When setting goals, focus on the intention behind them rather than fixating on the specific outcome. Limit expectations. Let go of rigid expectations. Embrace the idea that things may not always go as planned. Practice non-attachment in relationships. Cherish connections without clinging to them. Appreciate people for who they are, not what they provide for you. Reflect and release. Take time to reflect on what you're holding on to. Journaling can help you identify these attachments and visualize releasing them. Remember, practicing detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you're choosing to engage with life more freely, allowing for growth and change. Detachment can lead to greater peace and happiness. It's a journey, so be patient with yourself as you explore this practice. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you practice detachment in your life? I'd love to hear your experiences.